Have you ever thought to yourself, man, how cool would World of Tanks be if there was no artillery, no overpowered premium tanks, no Clan Wars reward tanks, no bad maps, no gold spam, not even stock grinds, no bad teams, and every game is equal? World of Tanks would be just so perfect then. What if I told you this is already in the game, but people choose to ignore it because they find it too difficult to learn? And what if I also told you that if you watch all of this video, by the end, you will be better than 99% of other players, and then you can experience World of Tanks at its best? Would you consider it? If I've piqued your interest, let me introduce you to Steel Hunter. Steel Hunter is a game mode that... Hey! You there! Where do you think you're going? Huh? What? You're just gonna end the video now because you got clickbaited? Everything I just described to you in the beginning is true for Steel Hunter. It is. Would you rather go get RD'd and then BZ'd in pubs in your stock tech tree tank? No? Okay. Then hear me out for a second, will you? Let's back up a bit. If you've never played any game modes before, you may be thinking, why should I care about the World of Tanks game modes? I only play pubs all day. Well, pretty much every World of Tanks game mode is more fun than pubs. Additionally, these modes often have very nice rewards. Credits, bonds, equipment, even a free tier 8 premium in one case. Great stuff. So, do you want to be the best at every single game mode in World of Tanks? Learn new and never before seen strategies to decimate the casuals? Then you've come to the right place. Who am I? I'm the Steel Hunter champion, of course, but I have also mastered all other game modes as well. In this video, I will discuss in depth how to be the best at Steel Hunter. I would like to note that Wargaming often makes small changes to these modes, mainly Steel Hunter, so check the comments for my pinned comment describing anything that has changed. Steel Hunter also gives you similar rewards to Frontline, that being credits, bonds, and equipment. A lot of people don't realize that Steel Hunter is actually a pretty good credit maker as well. I average around 100,000 credits per game, and remember, you do not pay for gold ammo, consumables, or any of that, so it's 100k credits net. However, you have to get a very high score to get this amount of credits. So, what is Steel Hunter? Well, it depends. Wargaming likes to screw around with Steel Hunter a lot, and there are many variations of it. Check the pinned comment in the comments below in case Wargaming changes something about it. However, the fundamental idea of Steel Hunter is that it's a battle royale, but it's better than that because instead of relying on RNG for your weaponry, you instead use experience to level up your tank in whatever way you want. So you start alone. Yellow drops gives you 200 points and either a repair kit or a special consumable. Green drops gives you 300 points. It gives you heals, and the act of actually picking up the green drop also heals you as well. Both yellow and green drops take 3 seconds to pick up. If you get damaged in those 3 seconds, the timer resets. Every few minutes, a blue drop will appear. This will give you everything: ammo, heals, it'll heal your tank, it'll give repairs, it'll give you both consumables and 700 points on top of that. They take 5 seconds to pick up though, and are highly contested. Red drops is loot dropped by an enemy upon death. It also heals you and reduces the cooldown of your ability by 20 seconds. They take 2 seconds to pick up. There are little bots you can kill. The points aren't anything special, but they can sometimes give you a consumable as well. So if you really need one, you can go for them. By the way, if you forget all this, which I don't blame you, just literally hold your tab key and it'll tell you right there. Now, you don't spot enemies and drops in a 360-degree view like in normal World of Tanks. You only spot things directly in front of you in a cone. You can see this on the minimap. If you want to see the locations of enemies and drops all around you on the minimap, press the X key. Always press the X key. If pubs taught you to always stare at your minimap, Steel Hunter will teach you to stare at your minimap and press the X key. This is your radio and it'll help you gather drops quickly. Notice how I was able to see the guy that was sneaking up behind me and turn around and be ready for him. This is how you avoid getting third-partied. and you must quickly gather these drops to collect points in order to upgrade your tank. The goal is to be the strongest, highest tier, most powerful tank you can be, so you can kill everyone else and be the last one alive before the zone kills you all. Note that the first consumable is readily available from any orange drop and has a relatively quick cooldown. The second ability is more powerful and thus is rarely found at orange drops. They are usually only acquired from the blue drops that appear periodically on the map. Now, like I said, picking up someone's corpse, so the red circle, reduces the cooldown of both of these consumables. So, now that you kind of have the base understanding of Steel Hunter, let's begin with the tanks you can play and their special abilities. We will start with the most competitive class, the medium tanks. The Raven is definitely the strongest tank in most players' hands. It's very easy to play because it has good mobility, good armor, really good guns, and insane abilities. This is the most noob-friendly tank, and if you struggle with Steel Hunter, I recommend you play the Raven. This is mainly because of its abilities. Target tracking. For a short time, you reload faster, aim quicker, and are more accurate on the move. This is a huge gun improvement. These win 1v1s. Trap. One of the most bullshit abilities available. Once placed, enemies inside are slowed down, unable to turn, and their reloads are increased. This is basically an I win button and can get you out of a lot of tough situations. These win 1v1s, 1v2s, even 1v3s. So for the upgrades, you want to go with top speed, autoloader or single shot, but I recommend the autoloader, hull armor, turret armor, and finally the last autoloader. This is the most competitive build in most iterations of Steel Hunter. The Huragon is my favorite tank, similar to the Raven, but has a more powerful gun and a little more nuanced abilities. Its abilities are Electric Discharge. Shoots down 5 lightning bolts on a small area that damages and stuns the enemy. The stun can be removed with repairs. Now, keep in mind, you have to drive out of the lightning, then repair, or else the next lightning bolt will just stun you again. So drive out of the lightning, and then use your repair kit, and the stun will be removed. I usually drop this on players that are not paying attention, sitting stationary at some sort of drop. Surging Forever. Your aiming circle size increases, but for every shot that connects, the next shot will do more damage. If you bounce or miss, the bonus is removed. Electric Discharge combined with Surging Forever and the Huragon's massive autoloader magazine is insane. This tank utterly nukes anything it is allowed to ambush. Highly recommend the Huragon if you find the Raven too easy and boring and just want to cut heavies clean in half. For the upgrades, you will want to go with top speed, autoloader, armor hull, and now the choice of turret determines the gun. There are 2 good guns, both autoloaders. One is a slower firing, higher alpha damage autoloader, and that is from the armor turret. The second one is a faster firing, lower alpha damage autoloader, and it's from the rotation speed turret. Both are good. However, I prefer the faster firing gun because having more shells that you can dispatch quicker means that you reach the damage bonus sooner when you're using your Surging Forever. The Surging Forever caps out at 5 shots. You reach that 5 shots quicker with the smaller gun. Now, the Harbinger is the weakest tank. Although its stats are okay, its abilities really suck and sometimes get you killed. These abilities are Corrosive Mist, a smokescreen that damages all tanks inside, including yourself. However, it'll only bring you down to 1 HP. It is not able to actually kill you. Berserker gives you insane DPM, but damages you over time. The reason these abilities are kind of useless is because Corrosive Mist does not do any meaningful damage to be worth it, especially compared to other abilities. And it also damages yourself, so come on, that's not very useful. The Berserker is great if you can quickly kill the enemy, but the moment you enable the ability, any good player will see that and just run away. Why? Well, they'll just let your own ability damage you, and then come back later when your ability is on cooldown and your health has been reduced. So it's not worth playing at all. I'm not even going to recommend what upgrades to get because it doesn't really matter. Next, I will introduce you to the funnest class, the light tanks. The Arlequin is the fastest tank in Steel Hunter, with two pretty decent abilities. Airstrike damages the enemy and stuns them. Sometimes damages them a lot, very occasionally ammo rack them. The stun is also very long. You can remove the stun with a repair kit. If you do not have a repair kit and you get stunned, you're in big trouble. Fireball. This is an extremely fast ball that slams into enemies doing ram damage and explosion damage. Also, it can spot for you. The Arlequin's fireball and airstrike combo really screws up tanks, and its upgraded guns are pretty fun too. So for the upgrades, it's a little more nuanced than the other tanks. For pretty much every tank, you want to go top speed. However, for the Arlequin, it depends. So let's go through it here. What you choose, top speed or dynamics, depends on your hull. If you choose top speed, you should choose the mobility hull. If you choose dynamics, you should use the hit points hull. The thing is, the hit points hull is too heavy to reach its top speed of 90 kilometers an hour and usually maxes out around 70 on flat ground. So it's actually worth sacrificing the 90 kilometer top speed to 70 to instead get more engine power, because you're only going to get to around 70 anyway. However, with the added engine power, you accelerate like a rocket. Anyway, always go for the autoloader. Always. The double barrel is really bad. The hull, like I just mentioned, depends if you picked top speed or engine power. So I'll just say it again. Top speed, mobility hull. Engine power, hit points hull. Now, the turret upgrade depends on what gun you want. So the rotation speed turret leads to the anti-tank machine gun, which is very fun and I recommend it. Now the hit points turret leads to the high explosive derp gun, which is also really fun but extremely hard to use. My highest damage games and my highest kill games in Steel Hunter are with the derp gun, but beware, all tanks in Steel Hunter are covered in spaced armor, even the rear of tanks. And Steel Hunter uses the old HE mechanic, so you cannot penetrate spaced armor with HE. You can only splash tanks. The Bailang is a slightly slower tank, but has access to a great gun and some pretty good abilities. Acid Shell. It's basically like setting someone on fire. Their health slowly drains when they are hit. You can remove the acid shot with a repair kit. Listen, nobody seems to know this. If an enemy Bailang shoots you with an acid shot, use your repair kit. It'll remove it. Battlefield Robot, or as I like to call him, Lord Sheen. He's a little companion that spots and shoots tanks for you. Its reload is so fast that you can actually use it to prevent people from picking up drops. It'll keep interrupting them. Now, for the Bailang, you want to go top speed. The gun you choose really doesn't matter. I personally choose the autoloader. But note that the autoloader fires twice every time you click once. It's like the Char MLE 75. Next, choose the mobility hull. I know this is a hot take, but the hit points hull, although it gives you a lot of health, is really bad for two reasons you might not realize. One, it's fucking massive. Landmines and airstrikes will demolish you more than the smaller mobility hull. You just have more surface area to just eat all the shit with. And on top of that, you are a very easy target. Because you're so huge, tanks almost never miss you. Two, the Bailang has very bad gun depression, and the hit points hull is way too tall. You will never be able to point your gun down on someone in a brawl. Okay, next upgrade is turret armor. Never choose rotation speed. Both guns available to it are extremely bad. Armor turrets let you upgrade to the really fun and really good HE derp gun. However, do not fire HE with it. Fire AP. The HE pen is so bad that it's pretty much useless. So this big ass gun that hits for like 650 or 600 combined with acid shots and the battlefield robot means that you can make enemies panic really quickly as there's just so much shit going on for them. Next are the most boring classes, heavies. People will say play a heavy if you are new. Don't do that. Because if you do, you are a big and slow bag of hit points with a really bad gun. The only heavy really worth playing is the Varyag because it has landmines. I'm not even going to go through the upgrades of each heavy because it really doesn't matter. Although, I will note that the Varyag's double barrel guns are very nice, so I would recommend those. However, the Varyag's abilities are landmines. Pretty self-explanatory. Enemies that drive over them take damage and are stunned. Fast light tanks can die from their momentum pushing them all the way through every single landmine, and it's quite hilarious. Recovery Zone heals you and any platoon members that are in it. This zone moves with your vehicle. The Valkyrie has Turbocharger. Speeds you up a lot, great for ramming tanks with. Repair Zone heals you and any platoon members that are in it. This zone is stationary and does not move with your vehicle. The Beowulf has Ring of Fire, similar to the Raven's Trap ability, but also does damage to the enemy. However, it is a ring, not a circle. The inside of the ring actually does nothing to the enemy, so they could just face hug you and then you're screwed. Adaptive Armor. When activated, it heals you a little bit, but while active, all the damage you receive will be converted into health for you and your platoon mates nearby. Note that you can still be killed while the ability is active. It's only when it ends that you get the health back. So if you see a big autoloader about to unload on you, enable the ability before he dumps his entire clip into you, not after. Now, I left out the radio upgrades because it just depends on your personal preference. I recommend you choose the range upgrade. The range is longer, but the cooldown is also longer, so you don't have to think about pressing X as often. Also, with the additional range, you can plan out a more extensive path. Note that this is actually the second upgrade for the heavies. For the lights and mediums, it's the first upgrade you will come across. But for the heavies, it's the second upgrade because the first upgrade is the mobility upgrades. One thing I'd like to note, it's actually a good idea to turn the interface volume way up. There are a lot of sound cues in Steel Hunter that'll give you hints. And in the replays that I'll be showing you, I'll have the interface volume cranked up to the max so you can hear these sounds. You don't have to look at timers or little things. You literally just listen and you're good to go. Okay, with that out of the way, you're ready to play your first match. And I will give you some general guidelines on how to win, starting with the spawn. Try to spawn as close to the middle as possible. Don't listen to any moron telling you to spawn on the fringes and carefully collect resources. No, not only is that ineffective, but it's also boring. Spawn in the middle or as close to the middle as you can get. That way, you can use your radio, see what's around you, and then pick a direction that has the most drops and drive there. Now, a common question is, should I fight early or be passive? Well, that depends. If you YOLO the first person you see, chances are it's a 50-50 fight. Okay? Only suckers take 50-50 fights. Try to get the first few shots off, then you decide if it's worth going in and brawling. Once your opponent is around half health, then sure, YOLO all you want. It's no longer a 50-50. You're full, they're half. Also, if you have an ability available, so you picked one up early, use it to get an early kill. Those are the only two scenarios in which you should attack right at the start of the game. However, it's a bit more lenient now, because I come from a Steel Hunter where there were no respawns and tournaments. So you had to play game after game, 10 games in a row consecutively where you perform. So to me, YOLOing early was too risky. However, this is the nice part about the modern Steel Hunter, is that you can respawn for the beginning part. So it's actually not so crazy if you die in the beginning from a brawl. So don't worry, go YOLO in. Understand that you may or may not die, and also understand that if you get the first few shots off, or you have a special ability, there's a good chance you'll win that fight. Anyway, unless you're doing a Steel Hunter tournament, you don't absolutely have to kill someone early. My general rule of thumb is that you should be at tier 4 so the first gun upgrade, by the time the first airdrop appears. You can keep track of the time with the timer above the minimap. If you are tier 4 and are somewhat close to the airdrop, you should absolutely go for it and use your radio to see if anybody else is close to it or not. Other than that, the easiest way to get kills safely is by third partying other people. That means you go around and look for 2 or more people already fighting and shoot the higher health one. That's right. Don't focus fire, shoot the higher health one. So since they are fighting, they are most likely not full health and they have probably already used their consumables. So they are both vulnerable to you. Make sure though that when you eventually kill one, you must pick up their loot. Why? If you allow the other person to pick it up, not only will it heal them, it'll also reduce their consumable cooldown by 20 seconds. In other words, it's now become a 50-50 fight, which we do not want. So make sure you understand this. Press X to use your radar. If you see 2 people fighting, get there as quickly as possible. Shoot the higher health one. If you shot him enough and the other one has more health, switch, shoot that guy. You want both enemies to be very low health before you kill them both. Boom. You just got 2 kills for free at the cost of nothing to yourself. This is especially true when there are 3 people left. Now, okay, if you're cracked like me, you could just kill anybody no matter what. But for you, if you get into a fight and there's 3 people left, understand that the third person will probably join into the fight after you two have already beaten the crap out of each other and will finish you both off. So unless you can quickly kill one of the last 2 people alive, it's smart to wait for them to fight each other first. Now, quite often, people complain to me that they always get third-partied and can never win. They even go as far as to claim that people are teaming in Steel Hunter. This is called skill issue and cope. I think I play Steel Hunter by far more than anybody else, and I very, very rarely see people teaming. And when they're teaming, it's very obvious because they will not shoot each other for the entire duration of the game. See, that's the key difference. If you get third-partied and died, that doesn't mean they're teaming if they immediately start killing each other. But anyway, the reason this is a skill issue is because if I personally get third-partied, I always kill the lower health one quickly to pick up his loot, so I could heal, reduce my cooldown, and continue fighting. But it doesn't matter though. If you are always using your radar, you will never be surprised. Even mid-fight, you should be using your radar. Seriously, think about it. If you're fighting someone, and mid-fight you use your radar, and you see someone else is approaching, you can adjust your play accordingly. How would you do that? Okay, drive so that the person you are fighting will be in between you and the person who is coming. There you go. Not only do you use them as cover, but chances are the person who is about to drop on both of you will shoot the guy that's closer to him instead of you, because he is in between you two, right? You have forced the enemy that you are fighting to get third-partied instead of yourself. Now, I will say this again, complaining about being third-partied is a massive skill issue because the radio cooldown is roughly 20 seconds. And on top of that, if someone else uses their radio, they will automatically appear on the minimap. So it's literally impossible to get jumped in Steel Hunter if you are paying attention. So get used to using your radio all the time and you will never be surprised. The only time that getting third-partied is not a skill issue is platoons, because there are 20 people in the match for platoons, and it is very hectic. Some iterations of Steel Hunter, like Steel Hunter Reborn and Steel Hunter Evolution, actually have a matchmaker that pairs players of similar skill together. That's right, skill-based matchmaking in a battle royale. To cheese the system, just play a few games where you purposely do poorly to get matched with everybody else. Normally, I'd say skill-based matchmaking is good, but this is a battle royale. This is not like you have to rely on your team. I actually don't personally care about the matchmaker, but I can imagine that as soon as somebody gets their first win in Steel Hunter, they're suddenly going to get paired up with people like me and get absolutely slaughtered. I honestly don't think skill-based matchmaking is good for Steel Hunter, but whatever. Before we get into the gameplay, I'm going to bring up a little chart comparing the different versions of Steel Hunter. So you could just have a quick look. Next time Steel Hunter is available, you look at it. Does it say Steel Hunter? Does it say Steel Hunter Reborn? Does it say Steel Hunter Evolution? Whatever it says, you could take a look at this chart and see if it's worth playing. Note that the saturation of the colors indicate how important they are. Now, The original Steel Hunter was so peak. It was just so peak. They have not once brought back the original, so I won't discuss it too much. But basically, you can do shit like this. So obviously this mode was insane. The following Steel Hunters were utterly terrible. The tank upgrades were neutered. No more fun derp guns. No more shared consumables. Tanks had heat rounds as standard ammo in a mode where everything is covered in spaced armor. Tanks were horrifically imbalanced. The Raven had great mobility, it had very strong armor, and it also had an ungodly amount of firepower. Heavies had not only insane armor and insane health, they also had insane healing consumables, which made them pretty much unkillable to anything that wasn't a Raven. It was just an overall horrific shit show. This is actually how Steel Hunter was for the past few years, which is why most people don't like Steel Hunter, and I don't blame them. This version of Steel Hunter was garbage because it punished players who tried to play it. That's right, if you played Steel Hunter in that you went around hunting steel, I guess hunting people, you would lose. This is for a few reasons. Consumable drops were much more rare. You had a lot less of them. So if you did not save your consumables for the very last fight, chances are you'd most likely not have any left by the end. Consumable cooldown was way too long. If you just used a consumable, you're basically a sitting duck for a very long time. If someone jumps you and your consumables are on cooldown, because you had the nerve to fight someone earlier, you lose. Ammo drops were less. You pretty much always ran out of ammo, and you'd be forced to neuter yourself by firing the less damaging APCR rounds. That's right, the game rewarded players who did nothing the entire match because they would be the most well-equipped by the end. They would have all the consumables, no cooldowns, and they would have plenty of ammo. Players who actually fought and played the game would have nothing left by the end. Then, Wargaming tried something new. They tried Steel Hunter Reborn. This was mostly an improvement. The mode finally rewarded players who fought. They added respawns, but only for the beginning of the battle, the first 5 minutes. So it did not affect the mid to late game. It was still a battle royale. However, this is nice because quite often you spawn and then you instantly get jumped by like 5 people and die without even having a chance of doing anything. So being able to respawn somewhere else means you get a second chance if shit doesn't go your way. So the ammo was changed back to AP and APCR. Fights are no longer determined by RNG, in that whether you pen a tank or not depends on if your shell clipped a piece of wireframe. Yep, that's heat for you. Changing it to AP was a fantastic change. Steel Hunter Reborn also balanced the heavies. Everything now has more or less the same amount of health, around 2,000. So heavies have to rely on their armor and their healing to survive, instead of just being unbelievably fat. Again, this is a good change. Unfortunately, they made the spotting 360 degrees like in regular WOT instead of a cone. And they did introduce bots that you could kill. And I don't really mind the bots, but they can be annoying for getting involved in fights. Because, again, it's RNG. You get into a fight, a bot comes out of nowhere. Who does the bot shoot? Well, it's random. That's not very fair. It's kind of stupid. So, regardless, overall, Steel Hunter Reborn was a good mode. It was with Steel Hunter Evolution that the game mode truly became fun again. First, there were some quality of life changes, like the zone timer telling you how long you have before the area you're in closes. That's a good change. But the best change, by far, the change that will make me never go back to other versions of Steel Hunter, is the cooldown reduction on loot pickup. Basically, when you kill someone and pick up their loot, the cooldown on your consumables reduces by 20 seconds or so. This is phenomenal. This single change has revived the mode for me. When you fight someone and win, you are immediately ready to get right back into it and fight some more. Are you getting third-partied? So what? Kill the dude, pick up his loot, you're healed up, your consumable cooldown is gone, and you're ready to go. You are able to continue fighting. If you play Steel Hunter a lot, you will have a game where this happens constantly. A true testament to your Steel Hunter prowess. If you can survive every encounter, then you can get 14 kills like me. That's right, 14 kills in a match of 15 players. This version of Steel Hunter is so amazing that I actually don't even bother playing the normal Steel Hunter on the Russian server. So here's a little fun fact. Steel Hunter is available 24/7, like all the time. There's no on or off season period. It is available 24/7 on the Russian server, but it's the old version of Steel Hunter with the heat rounds and the shit. I don't even bother playing it. After playing Steel Hunter Evolution and realizing just how good this game mode can be with just these tiny little tweaks, it made me realize that the regular Steel Hunter we've been playing is garbage and I don't even want to play it anymore. So yes, I am fucking glazing Steel Hunter Evolution right now because it is very good. With that out of the way, I'm going to show you some cool highlights that you may be able to learn something from. Now, I don't usually toot my own horn. In fact, I usually do, but in this case, for Steel Hunter, this is some very high tier peak gameplay. I honestly don't think you'll find anybody, at least any other CC, as good as me. Simply because they don't really bother trying. But yeah, just let me have this title, okay? Steel Hunter Champion? Okay, it's mine. Anyway, enjoy the matches. Okay, you literally just saw this part, but look, I'm going to third party these two people, and I'm going to distribute my shots evenly between them so that they're both low health, right? So, bang bang for this guy, and then bang bang for the other guy. However, he puts his healing thingy up, so I don't want to shoot him anymore, and he's a one-shot, the other guy. So, I was like, okay, I'll just kill him and pick up his stuff. Boom. All my shit's off cooldown, I have more health, and I can take this guy out easily. So there you go. When you're third partying, you can decide whether or not you want to distribute the damage evenly or just outright kill somebody and pick up their crap. Okay, so this is a very, very gamer replay. You notice how there's a drop that just appeared, right? Okay, so I'm like, I want to go for that drop. Let's use my radio to see who else is going to it. Okay, 2 people are going to it. The guy who's really close will probably get it before me. However, there's 2 people going to the drop. It'll be a third party. But this guy's AFK. Now, I could kill him as a free kill, but I kind of want the drop, and the other guy is going to the drop, so I'm going to ignore this guy for now. Okay, where is this guy? Okay, there's a bot here. I guess I'll take him out because he's going to prevent me from picking this up, right? He's going to keep shooting me and resetting. Fine, I'll take him out. But if you notice, I use my radio, and I'm looking behind me. I'm like, where's this other guy? And then I get shot by him. So now I'm thinking, okay, shit. This guy comes back to life, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm half health, he's full health. This is getting pretty bad for me. But I have acid shot, and I have robot. Little Lord Sheen buddy. So if I can kill this guy really quickly, I can pick up his shit and heal. See? Picked it up and healed. Now I'm ready to go for this next guy, and I do not want to let him pick up the drop. I want the drop for me. Because I didn't shoot him, I was able to upgrade there, and he actually got distracted with my little Lord Sheen robot. And look at him go, just fucking flailing around everywhere. We're about to get third partied again, but I'm in a fast light tank, so I'm thinking, okay, let's drive to somewhere where I won't get third partied around this rock right here. Now I can shoot this guy in peace. He brings up his little healing thing, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think I still will be able to kill him. Or maybe not. Wait, let's see. Okay, the other guy kills him. That was a bad move on him because now I can pick this shit up and I'm ready to take him on now. So, gonna dodge the ram. If shit gets too spicy for me, I could bring Lord Sheen into this, but it doesn't seem like I need to. So I just bursted him with my autocannon, and now when I'm reloading, I'm gonna drive away. He bounced off me, that's very lucky. This thing's turret does have a little bit of armor. He's back, I'm gonna bait out the ram. Boom, now I got his side. Now that I have his side, I bring out the ammo, or the acid shot. Now another person is coming, third person. I'm gonna shoot him while in this, because I don't want him to pick it up. And if you notice, I actually picked it up because I was shooting him as I was in it. That's one of the perks of having an autoloader. Now, I can take this guy on because I just picked up the shit and I'm full health now. So, there you go. Yeah, that was pretty intense. You gotta make these fast split-second decisions all the time in Steel Hunter, which is actually, it kind of helps you in pubs, sort of, the ability to make quick decisions, especially with Clan Wars, but there you go, check it out. I'm max level just from that encounter. I started very, I forgot what tier I started on, but yeah, that was a lot that just happened there, and if you're really good, even though I didn't get third partied, I got like 5 partied, and I survived. That's why when I say if you get third partied and complain, that's a skill issue, because you can 100% survive it in Steel Hunter Reborn. Okay, here's another instance where I get third partied. All right, there's a Valkyrie over there. Okay, I'm gonna go YOLO him. I can kill him pretty easily in this tank. However, as I'm going to him, I get shot by somebody else. Now I'm in a crossfire. So I'm gonna pick the route that has more cover. I can get to this guy quicker and he has less health, so I can kill him quickly. Because I'm half health and he's full, I'm gonna use my Surging Forever. And you know, when you have your Surging Forever and you connect every shot, you kill things really fast. He drops his little thing on me, I fix it with my repair kit. I'm gonna pick this guy up so I can get some health back. And now it's getting pretty bad here because this guy's coming in. My shit's on cooldown because, well, I just finished the fight. I'm not penning his front. What do I want? I'm in a bad position. I want to track him. I want you to stay the fuck still and let me get out of here so I can recuperate. I want to get my healing back. I want to get all my consumables back, etc. He damages my engine. I'm going to position myself right here for a quick getaway down this hill. Okay, let's wait. Okay, I can fix this shit. Now look, my lightning is back. Now that my lightning's back, I'm going to shoot this guy a bunch and then I'm going to track him. Now he's probably going to fix it again. No, he didn't fix it again? Okay. Gonna finish off with another track and then lightning him. Perfect position. He can't shoot me and he gets lightninged. Now, I'm showing you this because I very nearly died. I was being third-partied. You know, I was bouncing all my shots, damaged engine, but you just gotta make these tiny little plays. Buy yourself some time to get your healing back, your repair kit back, and your consumables back. So now I see this guy. The reason I'm going to YOLO him, well, he's not really paying attention, and my consumables are not on cooldown, so I'm not even going to use my Surging Forever. Now, because this is a ring, I drove in far, and I'm not taking any damage because I'm in the middle of it. And yeah, even though he was using his, like, adaptive armor shit, I killed him before it took effect, so he's dead. Now, this is a problem. A Raven. That's dangerous. He dodges the lightning, he stops right before it, and as soon as he puts his trap down, I was like, okay, I need to use my Surging Forever to kill this guy quickly. Because this is an autoloader. It's not affected by trap. My inner clip is still the same. And that's why I won this engagement. Which is also why I say autoloaders are the best. We're both fighting for this drop, right? So when I'm reloading, I have to keep damaging him so he won't be able to pick it up. I place my ball down, however it explodes a little too early. Now I'm waiting, 1, 2, 3, place. It's going to take 2 seconds to drop, that's 5 seconds. That is just long enough so that he's unable to pick up the drop. Now, I'm using the wrong ammo here. I'm using the high pen, low damage rounds, so I don't kill him. He's going to pick up the drop, right? Well, no. Boom. I just rammed him. It's going to reset the drop timer. But now I'm out of options, so he's going to pick it up. The point of this is that while you're reloading, you can use your consumables or abilities to prevent people from picking up the drop. So like you could use the airstrike to reset them, the ball to reset them. You could use the Bailang's acid shot. It'll continuously reset them for the duration of the acid. Same thing with the Beowulf's fire. It'll continuously reset them. Even the Huragon's lightning. They sit in it, they get lightning, they won't be able to pick up the drop. Okay, again, check this out. A lot of people are contesting this drop right now, but I want the drop for myself. Okay, this guy is getting into it. 1, 2, 3. He got shot already. I'm going to try and reset him. I really don't want him to pick up the drop. I just reset him and I'm going to shoot him so he doesn't pick it up. However, I'm a bit too slow. Never fear. Shoot the back of the turret with HE. It'll blow it up. We actually get the Deadeye perk. All light tanks get the Deadeye perk. Now look at this. This is really sad. Right before I pick up the drop, he places his fire down and it continuously resets me. So now I'm like, oh shit, okay, well, shoot this guy in the lower plate a few times. We're in the zone, and I want to get out of the zone, and I'm going to use the zone to my advantage. I'm going to let it kill him for me. Look at that, I'm on 100 health, but I won. Now, here's one thing I'd like to show you that's really important. I'm low health, my consumables are on cooldown, I don't even have my ball ability. I'm going to go right back into the zone and pick up his corpse. It is 100% worth it. Watch, I'm going to heal up and I'm going to get all of this shit. Look, I got a ball and a bunch of airstrikes from it. Yeah, I'll take a few damage getting back into the rest of the map, but I don't care. I'm going to heal up. I got a ball out of it now. So don't be afraid to go into the zone to pick up a drop, especially a dead player's drop, because it takes 2 seconds to pick up. Now, picking up the blue airdrop in the red zone, it's a bit risky. And you notice I don't even go for this airdrop because look, 3, 2, 1, the zone's going to close and I'm quite deep into it. So I'm going to just ignore it. I already got my ball, so it's fine. However, considering I get into this with 5 seconds left, I probably could have picked it up. I would have taken a little bit of damage, but then I would have had 2 balls. So don't be afraid to go into the red zone. Check it out, I'm sneaking up behind this guy and I'm going to shoot him in the back of the turret. Why? Because light tanks get deadeye, and as you can see, I just damaged his ammo rack. Great stuff. Now, I could go on and fight this heavy, it'd probably take a while to kill, or I could kill this light tank. Much easier kill, and he's alone. There you go. Check it out. You thought you were gonna get me, you little piece of shit? Fuck no. This is the Steel Hunter champion you're messing with. I don't care if I'm getting shot by 2 other people. I'm taking you out. And then I'm gonna pick this shit up. It's gonna heal me. And then I could take out your little buddy who was trying to third party me. It don't matter. So, yeah, that one missed. Oops. But, what else? I'm about to heal up to full. I'm gonna YOLO this guy because, my shit's not on cooldown and... Bang! Yeah. Don't be afraid to ram things in Steel Hunter in pretty much anything except the Arlequin mobility hull. Even the Arlequin Bat Chat hull, it's pretty heavy and you can ram lower tier tanks with it. Now, I'm getting harassed by this guy, so I'm like, shit, okay. I'm gonna spawn little Lord Sheen to give me some backup. And, well, it actually turns out this thing is pretty nutty. I didn't need the backup, but it's fine. I picked up this guy's corpse and the cooldowns are reduced, so Lord Sheen will be back and ready in no time. Now, look at this guy. Do you notice that little icon on top of his tank? His Surging Forever just finished. His shit's on cooldown. And he didn't kill anybody. So it's going to be cooldown for a while. Alright, let's get in. Alright, I'm not going to use my acid shot just yet. Because I could bounce the front of him. Now that I have his ass, I'll probably use the acid shot. And we'll just spawn in Lord Sheen. Because this guy's got a lot of health. There. And this guy is panicking. So... yeah. He's just sort of running around aiming at Lord Sheen. Now, the question is, do you aim at me or do you aim at Lord Sheen? If you can one-shot Lord Sheen, shoot him. If not, shoot me instead. I have much more DPM than Lord Sheen, and you should take me out first. Alright, so me and this other guy are contesting the drop. So I'm going to turn around and take a blind shot at this other guy, which is a really bad idea because now this guy is going to capture this and pick it up, and I have no way of resetting him. So I spawned Lord Sheen literally right on top of him, put the acid shot, and god damn it, Lord Sheen, you flipped over, you idiot. However, he can still shoot him actually. If you notice, the Lord Sheen is still shooting this guy. So that's very convenient. Take this guy out real quick, pick up the stuff. I get shot by this guy, and now I'm a bit worried because my shit's on cooldown. And this shot right here missed. Now that, because that shot missed, I'm like, this is not very good. Lord Sheen, get the fuck up. Alright, he gets up and then he falls right back over again. Okay, nice one, dumbass. Somehow manages to right himself back up. And I'll let him distract the Harbinger while I go check out what's going on over here. Because apparently, there's somebody else fighting over here. Oh, there is. Okay. I'm going to take out this guy, and he's going to get third-partied. I don't want to get third-partied, so I'm going to go around and take the long way. I'm going to let the Harbinger shoot this other guy, waste his time, maybe waste some of his consumables, and this guy is kind of clueless. He doesn't seem like a big threat. The bot is distracting him, so I'm going to go ahead and take out the Harbinger because he is more dangerous and this other guy is distracted. In fact, no, I'm going to snatch this. Why am I going to snatch this? I have no fucking idea. I just felt like I had to. Now, next, I want to take this guy out. I'm going to spawn Lord Sheen behind him so he has to turn his turret to Lord Sheen, which is a very good play. Look, it actually worked. He's getting distracted, heavily distracted. Load up the acid shot, plant it right in the back of his stupid turret. Bang. He doesn't use his repair kit on the acid shot, and he's just hemorrhaging health, and this guy's gonna die really soon. Okay, you took out Lord Sheen. Now you're dead. Now I get to pick this guy back up. My shit will be off cooldown, and that means I can go back and take out the other dude. I'm gonna load in an acid shot. Now I'm gonna keep my distance away from him. If you notice, you might have just noticed there, he placed landmines right there. You can see the little spotted pattern on the ground. That's something you have to learn with Varags. You want to keep your distance because they will place down landmines, and if you get caught in those landmines, you are fucked. It is over. Anyway, acid shot. Let's finish this guy off. He doesn't use his repair kit, so it's just gonna take him out like that. Oh, you want to pick up the corpse you just killed? How about you eat my landmines instead? Yeah, this is mine now. Go on, run away. Bonus humiliation, eat my double. God damn it, this guy's being a real pain in the ass to kill. I'll use this for cover. Oh, the cover's gone. Alright, I'm spawning the ball. I don't have much health compared to him. I'm gonna run. Now, if I keep running, my ball will never catch up to this guy. He's going too fast. So I'm gonna stop running. I'm actually gonna go right into this little corner. And that way, he's gonna stop, right? Okay, he comes in, goes like that, and then he stopped. And because you stopped, you're gonna eat my ball. Yep, that's right, eat my nuts. Choke on him, bitch. You missed your lightning. Not that it's gonna make a difference. Now, I just uploaded a video where there's no commentary. It's just 1 hour of Steel Hunter. And if you're really keen on it, you can watch that entire video. I showed you all the best replays from Steel Hunter Reborn. Because if I keep showing you more replays, this video is going to be very long. And I gotta slide in one little thing. I have to squeeze in a Steel Hunter rant, because this is a chems video after all. So let's begin. You may notice that the current iteration of Steel Hunter Evolution, has the most green in its column, which is accurate. It is a mostly good mode. I really like it. However, there are still two main categories that desperately need improvement. The first is unique tank upgrades. Apart from the Arlequin, every tank has one clear path that is the most competitive. That's so sad. Like, you're supposed to upgrade your tank in new and interesting ways, but most of the time you don't. You just pick the best. So, something like the Arlequin, you can choose between the machine gun or the HE derp gun. It's literally whatever you feel like. They're both good. Never use the double barrel. It is really garbage. But almost every other nation has either one gun upgrade that is clearly the best, like the Raven, the Varag, the Bailang, etc. Or the upgrades are too similar to be that interesting. Like the two slightly different autoloaders on the Huragon, or the two slightly different autoloaders on the Beowulf. The easiest fix? Either add more upgrades, or more likely, add new tank nations. There are 3 left that they haven't added: Czech, Japan, and Italy. Well, guess what? There are 3 mechanics Wargaming hasn't implemented yet that they definitely should. So those are autocannons, missile launchers, and flamethrowers. These are literally already in the game and have been tested before. So if Wargaming added these to Steel Hunter, you know what? Let's call it Steel Hunter Unleashed. It just might be better than 2019. That's right. With these upgrades, missiles, autocannons, flamethrowers, it might just be better. That is the most insane praise I can give it. Come on, Wargaming. Come on, get off your ass. Get to it already. Here's a big note though. Please do not make them trash. Please don't. Remember when you first added derp guns for the Arlequin? Tanks GG doesn't remember, but I do.
Tanks GG says its pen started out at 30 before being buffed to 60 millimeters.
This is not true though. It was originally 5 millimeters. Yep, 5 millimeters of pen. The idea is that it's a splash only gun. It took them several iterations before the derp gun actually became usable again. So please, Wargaming, please don't make new autocannons or missiles or flamethrowers trash. At least the missiles and flamethrowers should do massive amounts of damage and have high DPM at the cost of range and penetration. You struggle to get players to play Steel Hunter. You'll never give them 6,000 bonds like you did in 2019. So at least give us a really insane looking mode with really cool looking mechanics. And think about it. I'd rather these new mechanics be way overpowered than way underpowered. You know why? Because if they are really overpowered, people won't really mind it initially because it's a new mechanic, right? Everybody's going to be playing these tanks. They want to have a good time with it, so it's fine if it's overpowered. Then you nerf it if it's too overpowered. However, if you introduce it underpowered, that's it. People are just gonna say, oh, it's shit. It's shit. Oh, but it was buffed. Oh, okay, well, whatever. Last time I played it, it was really bad. So you don't want that mentality. You don't want that mindset. You want people to say, dude, let's play Steel Hunter. What? You want to play Steel Hunter? Dude, look, it's got missiles and rockets and shit. Holy shit. And they're insane. You do like 6k damage. That's the kind of talk you want. Anyway, on to the next issue. The second thing that is red is the consumable count. You only get 2 to work with. This is the big reason why tanks are not balanced. At least they were unbalanced. Tanks like the Raven get something like traps and dynamics, or tanks like the Vara get landmines, which just make them really strong. Whereas tanks like the Harbinger gets a shit-ass smoke screen, or the Valkyrie gets a little piss-poor turbo boost that even when using it, you're still slower than the mediums. So my idea, and it's kind of an outlandish idea, but you allow players to select a third consumable. It's similar to Frontline, where you get to pick it in the garage, but you won't have access to it unless you pick up a blue drop. And it has to be a blue drop only. You cannot pick it up from someone's loot or any other way, even if they have it. This is to balance it out. The third consumable you select can be from any of the other tanks. Can you imagine the insane possibilities and how diverse and dynamic the battlefield will become? Instead of looking at that tank and saying, oh, he has this and that, he'll use this, you'll actually be surprised for once in your life. For example, look, the Valkyrie could equip the Arlequin's ball if he is unable to chase the light tank himself, because he's slow. A Bailang could equip the Raven's trap to help him flank his opponent. The Raven could equip the Bailang's acid shot to help him do a little more damage. Hell, the Arlequin could equip the Valkyrie's speed boost so he can just go unbelievably fast if he wanted to. Now, I understand this could lead to a lot of imbalance, so perhaps the healing consumables are locked and cannot be selected to prevent players from stacking heals. We really don't want a heavy tank with triple heals. Or maybe it's set so that you can only pick the first consumable, the one that's more common. Either way, it's just an idea. One thing that I would like to mention is that Steel Hunter 2019 had regular rounds and then premium rounds that had more pen and also more damage. So they were just flat out better. I believe this is a better system than what we have now because these rounds were only obtainable from drops. So you had to use them sparingly. You would think to yourself, should I use these more powerful rounds now? Or shall I save them until the end? Now, with the current system, the premium rounds have more pen but do less damage. So, why the hell would I want to do less damage? I almost never load these rounds. It's actually a wasted game mechanic. Unlike before, where you had to juggle your rounds depending on how tough your opponent was, how much ammo you had, and what stage of the battle you were at. Now, all you do is just fire the standard rounds and don't think too much about it. This is a small change. It doesn't actually bother me. I'm just drawing attention to the fact that the premium rounds are kind of useless and I'm offering a solution. Anyway, just look at the comparison now. Steel Hunter Unleashed may very well be better than Steel Hunter 2019. It would be insanely fun. And honestly, Wargaming, if you just made the credit income a little bit higher, you don't have to go crazy, but just a little bit higher, people would love this mode. There was already a daily mission, win in a platoon and get 100 bonds. This alone made it so that people actually gave the mode a try. Oh, although one thing I would like to mention, please make platoons 14 players, not 20. Not only are the queue times forever at 20 players, you can never get into a match. You're kind of forced to time drop. But 20 players is just way too much for one game. So that's my recommendation. Anyway, rant over.
Thanks for watching. And guess what? Fuck off.